Here's one of the most satisfying games I have played in a very long time. So my opponent's on this black-green, it's like mid-range with land destruction going on with Remnant Excavator and Field of Ruin. And it's pretty good, actually. I like it a lot. And, I'm on Lantern. I keep the hand because natural bridge, got stirrings, and two needles. Pretty good stuff. And opponent goes for the turn one Thoughtseize. At this point, I didn't know what my opponent was on, so they picked the Opal. Now, that should have told me immediately what they were on. They picked the Opal because they're trying to cut me off of lands. And that also tells me that should have told me that I have another discarded spell in hand. So I still don't know what they're on, so I decided to just not play anything yet. Just wait. Now they pick the bridge. So I want information, and at this point, I know that they're probably like on, I don't know, Obzon, or I know it's black green something, and it's probably some sort of mid range because they're playing fetches here. So I play the needle to lure out them fetching, and as soon as I see that, I'm like, okay, so it's not Obzon, it's just straight black green, or else they would have searched for a Temple Garden. So that tells me that the number one priority is to stop Liliana the Veil. And then I go to play a second needle. And since I have ruins, I haven't seen the land destruction yet. So since I see ruins, I'm like, man, I could just use ruins to get my bridge and everything else, and I'm good. So, but I need to shut off Scavenging Ooze, which I know that they probably also run. So then they play the Field of Ruin and Excavator. And I'm like, well, crap. So Field of or Academy Ruins is not going to work for very long. So I'm thinking here what to do. I could destroy the excavator, or I could. Either way, I am not going to get that bridge back. Um, if the opponent does Field of Ruin on my Academy Ruins, then yeah, I mean, if I don't get the bridge back, then I have to try to somehow build up to 5 mana, and yeah, it's not very with the Shredder, because Academy Ruins is going to be gone. I'll be able to kill the excavator, but not much else, and I don't know what else my opponent has in hand. I do know that I absolutely need a bridge as soon as possible, though, so I can stem the pain that's coming. That at least that I know is probably going to come at some point. So I could have decayed here um, during my turn, but I was like, nah, because either way they're going to destroy my land, and I'm not going to get my bridge back. So I decide instead I'll let them waste a churn, destroying my land, and then I'll put bridge on top. And yeah, it gets shuffled away, but that makes it so that I've increased the number of bridges that I have in the deck. So when I do play stirrings, I'll probably draw a bridge, or I'll get something. But I want to increase the chances that I'm going to draw a bridge. Putting a bridge back into the deck increases the number of bridges in the deck by 50%, because I'm only running 3 at the moment. So sure enough, they waste the turn by destroying my land. In response, I go to put bridge on top. And opponent says that seems dumb. And I try to explain it, but they're saying I can draw Codex Shredder and work up to 5 mana with the Excavator and Field of Ruin out, and probably not. Not gonna happen. Actually, did they play 2 lands that turn? I play from the graveyard. Oh, no, no, they didn't, because the swamp comes into play from the Field of Ruin. Okay. And then they brutality my decay out of my hand. So, first and foremost, I need. Yeah, why didn't I decay the excavator? Because I needed the mana to do Academy Ruins. So here I go for the stirrings, Glad I put that bridge back in. And there's a bridge. So I play out the bridge that turn. So I'm good. Immediately, they start trying to kill me off of lands, but and I get the lock. Good things. So I'm still good. They can destroy all my lands they want. It doesn't matter. In hindsight, I probably should have just held this land in my hand, but I guess it doesn't matter. That shuffle effect does actually kind of help me. So now I hold the land in my hand. So I stirrings. Now I had to get rid of that, and I knew he didn't have any instant speed draw. I already have Liliana and Ooze named, fortunately, here. If I hadn't named Ooze, I probably also would have died, because they would have exiled the graveyards, swung with Tarmogoyf, and then killed off their own stuff somehow. Wait, maybe not. Oh, well, no, they would have destroyed lands. Yeah. Just ping me one at a time. So I get my Mox Opal, which is what I was looking for. So because I can run off of one land for the rest of the game. Yep. So I'm just trying to keep them. Now they are able to use the shuffle effect to try to shuffle their top. I go for the duress to get the information, and it's just a bunch of lands. Yeah. So she's going to help get that Dark Confidant and the Tireless Tracker, which is more important, because now he's going to be able to build up clues. Okay. Yeah, I'm just trying to build up the lock while they're building up clues. Now, I realized that they haven't conceded yet, so chances are they're going to try to build up clues to draw through the lock to get answers. So here soon, what I start doing, yeah, go ahead and kill the Confidant, make them try to do this again, mill themselves again to get a Confidant back again, because that means the Lily is helping me mill them. And if the Lily could hit the answer that they're trying to get. Yeah. Yep, they're getting clues. Now here, so I keep this in my hand. The plan is, I'm going to start milling at the end of their turn. Chances are the answer that they have is either a Maelstrom Pulse or another Abrupt Decay. I'm thinking, the worst, if it's Decay, there's nothing I can do about this. If it's Pulse, however, I mill at the end of their turn. They use the clues to draw it in response. They will draw it, but then I untap. Oh, nice. I play Inquisition of Kozilek and I get rid of it. And then I'm good to go. So that's the plan now. Um, yeah, see, now I'm starting to mill at the end of their turn because I want them to start trying to draw instant speed. And it is drawing. When it finally does come to the battle that's coming up, they have here, and I have 3 mill rocks. So if they draw a whole bunch of cards, they only got 20 cards left. If they draw a whole bunch of cards, then they're going to draw themselves out. All right, so they get a second Dark Confidant. And again, I'm starting to mill at the end of their turn. Yep, they start sacking clues to draw quicker. And there's the pulse. So first confidant happens, they draw a land. Second confidant, so I have 3 mill rocks, 3 lanterns. They have 6 here. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. They don't have the 2 other mana they need in order to play pulse, right? So I'm looking at, I'm like, oh, okay, so I can still fight the battle, and then I will still win. Plus, they're going to draw a card for their turn. Plus, they're going to draw whatever they draw for the confidant trigger. So that's going to be what, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's going to leave them with next to no cards left in library and tapped out. So I'm like, yeah, I can do this. So with the second one on the stack, I go for the lantern. In response, they have someone at the door. But in response, they sack a clue. In response, I mill. In response, they sack a clue. In response, I lantern again. In response, they sack a clue. In response, I mill. They sack a clue. I mill. They sack a clue. They're tapped out, right? So the stack is, and I start trying to, yeah, I'm drawing that pulse. Fine, you're drawing the pulse. What they don't realize is they can't play the pulse now. Yeah, so he's drawing the pulse and my lanterns are gone. I'm like, yeah, good to go. And he just does how the stack, however he wants for the stack. I'm like, that's not how it goes. So he undoes it, and then he starts doing a whole bunch of stuff. But the thing is, now he even drew an Abrupt Decay. But it appears he's got no more fetchable lands in his library. And he can't make that second mana for the Decay. So he can't even play the Abrupt Decay that he just drew. Let's see, that comes into play tapped? Nope, nope. Swamp. So if he had one fetchable forest, you can't even fetch a forest with this. So that means it has to be, oh hey, that means they have to have another Overgrown Tomb in the deck. We got one. Yeah. So that's game. It appears they only have one Overgrown Tomb in the deck. And so opponent realizes that they just got played. Because now I'm just gonna, oh yeah, they draw for the Confidant trigger. And they draw for their turn. They should actually have 2 cards left. 6, 13, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, they should only have 2 cards left in the library. They missed a draw. But either way, yeah. And they're all done? You all done? You gonna play anything? Can't. So, yeah. They end up just quitting instead. So it was very satisfying. Very satisfying game. That's it. They quit off the server entirely. And